And we're back here in Waycroft. 28-21 is your score at halftime. Colts take the lead, or have the lead rather. I'm Chris Heite with Dylan Millevoi, and we're joined by a very special guest making his on-air, on-camera debut on the broadcast, John Lakeman.
Hello.
Hello, John. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, Chris Heite. How are you?
I'm great. It's an electric atmosphere. You're doing great on the camera. I see you doing the camera, more or less. But so, John, my first question for you. Obviously, we've been friends for a long time, but how'd you join the CBA Digital Network? How'd you get involved? Because you weren't here since the beginning, but you were here for a while.
So, honestly, pretty funny story. So, I became friends with Mr. Digital Network himself, Chris Heite.
How you doing?
Sophomore year. And I was in student council at the time, and I was on the board. So, at the end of the year, we kind of ran out of things to do, and we got kicked out of our original student council homeroom, and we were in the Digital Network homeroom. So, talking to Mr. Lutz kind of got me roped into doing a couple videos here and there, editing a couple things at the end of sophomore year. And then junior year, Chris was like, you should join the homeroom, be a bigger part of this. I said, yeah, for sure. So joined the actual club, formally joined the homeroom, and since then I've been very invested in the Digital Network.
Yeah, absolutely, John. You've edited a lot of videos for us. We've done Sounds of the Shore together, which we could go on a whole tangent about Sounds of the Shore, but we're not going to do that. Dylan, what do you got for him? I know you have a question.
You know, I know you're obviously music's your thing over this, but how have you just balanced the two of them throughout your school time?
So, I mean, another thing, it's like really cool. So, being in the Digital Network, obviously being able to edit videos and publish content on the CBA website and on the Instagram and all that stuff, kind of gave me the opportunity to use that to put a spotlight on the music aspect of what I do and just the music department at CBA. So, I mean, balancing it, I kind of merged it instead, you know what I mean?
And, you know, that kind of thing's perfect just to get music out there and using the Digital Network. I mean, what you've done for the music program is just great using the Digital Network.
It's so fun, and I love it. I love being able to showcase the talent that these kids have. I mean, it's really important to show that we have this department. And even digital media too. Be able to put that stuff out there. Love it.
Absolutely. Now, John, one last question for you before we let you go back up to the crow's nest up there for the camera for the second half.
My little dungeon.
Your little dungeon up there. John, so you've been a part of the CBA Digital Network for years. Obviously, we became friends through it. Have you enjoyed your time here, and what have you gotten out of it? Because obviously, we all get different things out of this.
Chris, loved it. I mean, haven't only been in it for 2 years formally. I mean, I wish I was in it since like freshman year. Now that I'm part of it, it's just, if you're an underclassman watching this, join immediately. It's so fun. You get to do some great stuff like this. You get to be like my boy Chris Heite here, announcing these games. How fun is that? But you know what? Digital Network is probably the coolest club at CBA. I love it. That's it.
And you make the best friends, don't you? You make the best friends.
That you do.
Absolutely.
We're a tight-knit community.
We are. Well, that'll wrap up our halftime show here at the CBA Digital Network. Our final half, me and Dylan's final half of CBA basketball coming up in just a few minutes. John, thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All the seniors were all ready for the second half. Hopefully you are. But we'll take a short break before we get back to the action. You're watching Colts basketball on the CBA Digital Network. We'll be right back.